Okay, we'll start, as we always do, sitting down so we can talk about the news first thing. With Remy staring at me. So, this is another riveting session of Dave's Dreamlight Valley, low-key, lazy, whatever you call it, news, which I don't put a lot of effort in to do, of the week. So, this is the first week of the new year, and the news. I'm gonna hold your suspense. The news is that there isn't any. There has been any update to Dreamlight Valley in terms of what's coming up or what to expect or anything. So I always put this at the start of my clip show. If you're waiting for the news and waiting for anything else in this entire video, there isn't any news. But like and subscribe. I don't know. I mean, the news that we have for this week, if you notice, the quality of the video is most likely a lot better because I'm actually recording it properly. So that's news, but other than that, there's no actual real Dreamlight Valley news. I could rehash a lot of stuff. We could talk about the housing skins and all that stuff, but it's nothing interesting. If we quickly dart across to their Twitter page, though, we'll see if there's anything here we can dive into. Not really. There's a little fun little thing of emojis of asking people to kind of hint at what other characters they would want to come into the valley. If we look at some of the responses, just for the sake of a little bit of fun, Daisy seems to be. We can't make any promises, but the endless possibilities in the valley. That's a very generic reply right there. We can't make any promises. I'm surprised Daisy's not in it. So they always say there's the Fab Six, as they call it in Disney. So the Fab Six is Goofy, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and I believe Pluto. If I got that right. Those are the Fab Six, which are pretty much like the Disney, the Mickey and Friends. They're on everything. So for some reason they don't have Pluto, which may make sense because I maybe not have figured out how to put Pluto in the game. But Daisy doesn't make a lot of sense. Why they haven't put her into it. But I don't think Daisy is going to come before launch. I think Daisy is going to be something that they're going to add after launch, mainly because she hasn't. There's been no indication whatsoever. And that would make sense. Absolutely love this game. Been playing non-stop. Would be happy if you were able to add Tangled, Hercules, Robin Hood, and Chip and Dale. I think the only ones they'll add here is Tangled. Thank you so much for your feedback, Jay. I look forward to. We will forward it to the team. Well, you can't make any promises yet. Please never share ideas. So they're posting like. Who do you like to see in the valley? And then just saying, we can't promise anything. It seems a bit odd to do like a fun little thing there and just constantly tell everyone that they can't promise anything. It's like, don't get your hopes up. It's like someone saying, what did you want for Christmas? And then your kid goes, I want this for Christmas. And they're like, don't get your hopes up. It's very cruel. I'd love to see Princess Kita. Who's Princess Kita? So that's from Atlantis. Maybe Audrey, both from. If I read the actual whole sentence, we would have figured that out. Lilo would be a nice addition. I think Lilo and Stitch makes sense. Princess Tina, Daisy Duck. Everyone's going to. I want Duckwing Duck. I think Duckwing Duck doesn't get enough love, but whatever. We are grateful for suggestions, for sharing the love for these characters with us. Thanks for, and then there's the people that they always complain about someone, every time they do a competition like this, if you look for the tweets, there's someone complaining about a bug in the game. It's like a time and place. Anyway, so that was one of the tweets that they did. Other one is just kind of showing off a few features of the game like they normally do, like the ambience. And obviously they celebrated the New Year. Happy New Year, anyone out there. But they did share some stats. So this was on the 31st of the 3rd. Shared some of the ratings or critic ratings they got recently. Not recently, since the game's come out. I mean, to be honest, they seem pretty high for an early access game. So I think you have to put the context as they probably reviewed it as an early access game rather than a completed game. So that's why they got quite high marks. I think as a completed game, it's not quite there yet, but it's nice to know they're on the right track. I think that's reassuring. It's just a question of whether they stay on the track or not. I'm being a little bit more critical than some reviewers online or some of the people in the community because they're way overly positive, which I get the mentality there, but I think it can do some more harm than good. But yeah, anyway. And this is some just overall stats that people have. No, basically just the combination. I think it's rather low in some areas. Fruit salad makes sense because it's one of the first meals that you make, so everyone will probably make that, even if they don't go any further with the game. Herring is herring is kind of like where do you get herring from? I'm going to quickly go on back into the game and check. Mining makes sense. Most common activity. 4.6 million custom designs made with touch and magic. I've only ever made like 2, so there's actually quite a lot. 3.8 million round doors have been opened. Interesting. So, what, you can open 5 round doors each at the moment? Yeah, interesting. 510 million pumpkin salvas makes sense. But a lot of night thorns removed. 930 million. But you do remove a lot of night thorns at the start of the game, which makes sense. It'll be interesting to see like how many night thorns have I done so far. I don't think I can check actually. I'll see if it tells me in my Dreamlight quest thingy. I think village will be under. Oh no, it won't be under village. What will be under? Because there's a removing night thorns one, isn't there? Oh, there, it's under foraging. I got 1.8. So 1,800 approximately that I personally removed. So I guess that's actually rather low when you think about it, but oh well. Anyway, some fun stats that they posted out. Oh, and Scrooge has earned 232 billion, which is pretty impressive for Scrooge. Calypso saying 679 for me. Yeah, see, you removed quite a lot anyway, so I think that number's rather low. But I don't know. I don't know how stats work. But Scrooge has earned 232 billion coins. So good job, Scrooge, even though you made literally everyone, including your nephew, pay for literally everything. I don't know why people like Scrooge. He's horrible. Anyway. But yeah, that's about it. So, I mean, nothing much. Slow day, slow week. Nothing on the Discord. Just going to give the brief Discord. The only real update they've posted. Some rule changes that they did in the server news section, but other than that, nothing. So, for those that won't continue on from this point, thank you. And anyway, I guess that's it. We'll leave it there. But yeah, it's a good start to the daily streams again. It's going to be really interesting. You're going to see either me going slowly insane, or you guys will pop along enough to keep me entertained. That's pretty much the only reason I stream is so I don't lose it, which is most likely going to happen. We were here. I would like to play Among Us. I've never played Among Us, and my niece is really into it. Like, I bought an Among Us plushie. Unfortunately, my sister told me to buy her one that she already had, which made Christmas really awkward. Kind of ruined Christmas a little bit. So I now have to find a green one somehow.
You can't find a green one anywhere.
What are the potions for? So the potion is for growth, so it means you can apply that to your water bucket and it will instantly grow whatever you're pouring. It's good for a couple of quests that you have to wait like 24 hours for it to grow. If you pour it, it will grow instantly. Shovel, I believe what that does is you find more stuff, which I haven't actually tried yet, but I'm willing to. Miracle Pickaxe is for mining gems and stuff. It's like an instant whack, and you get more gems out of it. And the fish is the same kind of thing. You fish and you instantly kind of level up whatever pool that you're fishing in. But I might actually do a Miracle Shovel one, because I haven't done a Shovel one yet. That's a lot of Dreamlight now. Do it. Ah, screw it. Alright, there you go. So you only can get it in stacks of 50. Always wanted to know that, but stacks of 50. Alright, this is the one potion I haven't used yet, so. Ooh, a lot came out. Whoa, that was a lot. Interesting. That is quite useful. Look at that, all those supplies. Damn, that did speed things up. Actually a quite useful thing. Depending on what you're looking for. Well, that experiment was interesting. I might have to remember to use that in the future. But I've also had that rule, because I don't like taking money from people, right? So I do have a donation rule that if I get the New Zealand minimum wage, which is like $21.20, I will do an extra hour. Up until, I'll have to put a cap on it, so like probably 40 hours or something like that a week. I mean, that's insane. What's 40 hours? In order for me to do 40 hours a week, extra a week, I would have to get over $800, so it's not going to happen. But I have told myself I'll do an extra hour for every $21.20 New Zealand dollars I get. And just add that to it. And I do have plans one day, maybe, like if I get enough money towards the stream, of getting more custom art and stuff. And unique stuff, you know, little things like that, you know. But you know, I've always got dreams and ambitions. I just don't know how to execute them really. I like to think I can just gas bag on YouTube or stream and be relatively entertaining. And that's not an ego thing. That's just me thinking people would enjoy that kind of thing, because I would. Whoa. Oh, Tom, you didn't actually have to. Now I have to do it. Oh, thanks, buddy. Alright. So I'm guessing this week I will have to... I have to stream an extra hour on Saturday sometime. Alright, I'm gonna write that on board. I haven't got the donation before, so I have no idea how that works, so that will be interesting. Alright, I'll stream... I'll stream 1 hour. I'll stream an hour on Saturday. Hi, Chivalry? No? That's was that Olivia? Sorry, I've just woken up, so my eyesight's blurry. I think it's Olivia. Hi, Olivia. I don't know why I saw you the O as a C. I'm going crazy. I'm sorry about that. I'm just waking up. My whole body is just in boot up mode. How you doing? Well, if you're legitimately asking how I am, I'm doing well. Yeah, we've gone to this weird stage of normally when people come in enthusiastically, it's typically spam. Or they want money from me. I've got no money to give. Ah, there it is. Completely ignore the question and completely ignore what's going on and ask where you're from. Yeah. The moon. I think them ignoring everything you're saying is clearly a good sign. That's bad. Whoa. Yeah, yeah. I live in Dreamlight. Followed. Well, thanks for the follow for at least. Even though you probably will delete it in a couple of days anyway. Like most do. I mean, it's in the damn title as well of the stream, so I mean... Yeah, let's just say I'm from the moon. It's a little bit hurtful. Like, you know what? It must work, right? That spam. It must eventually work. They get some money for it. Like, what do they even do? I mean, do they even produce any? Maybe just some like generic artwork or something. Remember, don't try and rush the game. That's the key. I think everyone's just like in this rush stage for games. I don't think this game's ever intended to be one of those. Or games you should play. But to be fair, this game's got quite a lot going on for it. I mean, you got design, you can pretty much like redesign anything in the valley that you want to do. I mean, it's a big design game. You got all these items and you can do pathways and I mean, it's definitely a creative's dream. And that's why I've designed things the way they are here. I mean, this isn't normal. This is not how people normally have it, but I like having little hubs in every biome. But that's my thing. I'm very specific how I've got everything set up. The problem is that I've hit the item limit. There's so much more I want to chuck down. So I think that's probably going to be the biggest one. Is that if they don't increase the item limit in the next update, I'm gonna struggle. I'm gonna very much struggle because that's pretty much what I wanted to do between updates. Is like put all the items down that I'm finding and collecting, remodeling things a bit, and while stocking up the items. But I don't really have that option. So you're gonna see me slowly go insane. So I do appreciate you coming along, Tom and Cal, because honestly, it's interactions like this with someone that's not a robot is the only thing that's going to really get me through. The reason why I'm sitting in this room with the psychopath that is Donald Duck is because Donald Duck will be part, well, the topic of my rant of the week. Now, the reason why I'm bringing Donald Duck isn't because he's a great character. He's not. He's a terrible narcissist. He's just a horrible psychopath of a person. In this game, he goes from falling over and angry to just being happy-go-lucky. Like, he could just walk around here and probably will fall over any second now and throw a tantrum. And the reason I bring this up is every single day, or at least every single second day, you get somebody on the Reddit here complaining about Donald Duck and wanting to murder him. So in this particular picture, it's you've got Scar saying, "Which villager do you think would be the most delicious?" And they said, "Why can't I say Donald?" Now, I don't encourage people to kill Donald Duck. I don't think he's the most lovable person in the world. And I think he's a complete psychopath. If we could turn around here, no, he seems to be okay at the moment, but he always going crazy. There he goes. He's throwing another tantrum. Now, a lot of people hate this. What's happening right now? They say he does it too often, and it's very triggering for them, and it's bad, and that he's not a very good character in the Valley. Now, they've got some, but yeah, that's just Donald, yes, and they've got some valid points that Donald Duck isn't a very great character. First of all, he doesn't wear pants, and that's an issue for some people, and I get that wearing pants is quite important. And there's a lot of problematic issues with his character. Some that we'll go over with. Let's see. We'll go back over here. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. So this is Donald Duck Wikipedia page. Now, there's a few issues with Donald Duck. First of all, I would be pissed off too if my middle name was Fauntleroy. Fauntleroy. His official name is Donald Fauntleroy Duck. Now, I understand that will make anyone angry if you had that name. But they do him dirty in a lot of ways. First of all, yeah, he's angry at everything. Literally everything. So the character of Donald Duck is portrayed as very impatient and immature. An arrogant duck with a pessimistic attitude and insecure disposition. I mean, any character modeled that way is just going to be, it's going to trigger some people. The other issues that Donald Duck has, he once had a dream that he was a Nazi, and that particular short film ended up winning an Oscar. That's something that truly happened in history. I didn't know it won an Oscar. That's what I found out the other day. It actually won an Oscar. So I get that, but it was also a dream, but I get that the problematic there. The problem that I have with Donald Duck is he gets crapped on a lot. So, I was reading through this earlier today, and it said many of Donald Duck's films were made after war, recast the duck as at the brunt of other characters pestering. Donald has seen repeatedly attacked, harassed, ridiculed by his nephews, by the Chipmunks Chip and Dale, and other characters such as Humphrey the Bear, Spike the Bee, Booty Beetle, the Arakan Bird, and Louie the Mountain Lion. Now, I didn't know a lot of these, so I clicked the first one, Humphrey the Bear. And to be honest, if I was getting bullied by that, I'll be pissed off too. I mean, it's not even commendable to be beaten up by that guy. Look at... He's terrifying. So I get Donald's issues, and I think a lot of people say because he, kind of throws tantrums and all that stuff, that they want either that to subside, which I don't think is a really good idea, because he's literally the most interesting thing about the Valley sometimes, because nothing else happens. But they also say he's quite triggering and problematic. But my argument is every single character in Dreamlight Valley is problematic. There is no good character. There is no good character. So if we go back to here while I play with my phone, while I completely ignore psychopathically looking into the corner, we will go over to this. Let's go to collection. So let's go through every character. Now, Merlin is an old man who hangs out with a boy. With a very young, impressionable boy. Now, That's an issue in itself and should be not commended. Now, Wally... Okay. People are going to hate me for this because no one should attack Wally and look at his face. Look at that face. Now, I love Wally. But he also did literally stalk a girl into space. And just kept stalking her until she fell in love with him. That's not a good thing. It's not something we should be encouraging. If we go to Stitch, he's just a psychopathic monster that gets forgiven for all his atrocities because he found a family. I mean, does that mean I can murder someone and then just become family members with someone, like just get really close with someone, learn the term Ohana and be all good? He's a monster. He's an abomination. He literally is a genetically engineered killing machine. But because he found family, he's allowed to live out his days in peace. It's not an issue. Maui is just basically the appropriation of many different Polynesian cultures mixed into one for profit. Pretty much what that is. I get that more Polynesian representation is good, and yes, I completely agree with it. But Maui's very generic if you look across the spectrum of Polynesian cultures. Moana, she's just an innocent girl that gets way overly pressured into saving her tribe. I mean, she had no choice. She literally got forced into that role, and that's a lot of pressure for a teenager. You shouldn't be doing that. You should not be putting the fate of your tribe at someone that 20 years ago didn't exist. Ratatouille, he uses physical manipulation to get his way. And that's not good. Imagine you physically manipulating somebody into doing something. You instantly are a horrible, horrible person. But with Remy, a rat, he's all of a sudden the damn hero. Scar, he killed his brother. I mean, that one's an easy one. I mean, he literally killed his brother. Well, technically the wildebeest killed his brother. He just let him go. But he also was alone with a lot of female lions for a while, so let's not go into that one. Is this Rant of the Week? Yes. Kind of ruined the flow if I pointed out. Ariel, she basically gets manipulated to fall in love with someone and basically leave everything she ever loved. And she obviously is a girl that is very innocent and kind of is taken advantage of by Eric. And Eric is obviously taking advantage of someone due to cultural indifferences. Oh wait, go back to Sky. He didn't want to break the law. It's called gravity. Well, there's no law in the jungles, but I'm just saying that, could have saved him. Sky could have saved him. Ursula, I mean, she's the villain. I mean, she obviously caused the whole situation of the movie. I mean, that's not really one to be elaborated on. Elsa, Anna, she basically isn't fulfilled in anything in her life and uses other people to try and fill that void. Basically, she's not comfortable being alone. Which Elsa is comfortable being alone, but she also says it's a bad thing. So she's and also she just thinks isolating yourself fixes all your problems. It doesn't. She couldn't do that. And also, she's way overpowered and she could fix the entire world's issues with her powers, but she doesn't. Selfish. Kristoff, he hangs out with a moose way too much. I know that's a weak one. But honestly, I haven't watched Frozen that much. What else does he do? He's not that bright, but I mean, that's not really a fault. I don't know enough about Frozen, but he has a stall in the game, and he's not very good at selling, so he's producing bad business practices. Kristoff's issue, the reason why Kristoff is a bad character is because he doesn't know how to run a business properly in Dreamlight Valley. Let's say that. Mother Gothel is an easy one. She's a emotional manipulator. I mean, that's an easy one. Donald Duck. Well, we established he doesn't wear pants. Let's just say that he doesn't wear pants. Goofy, he's a bad father. I mean, I've played this game for about 2 months. Haven't seen his son once. He basically enables Donald's bad behavior. His wife is suspiciously missing. Just saying. He's also a dog, and there's other dogs in the universe. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. Yeah. I'd say the fact that he's missing a son, he's never mentioned him, is a bit suspicious. And the wife thing, or is the mother of Max, just doesn't make a lot of sense. Mickey Mouse, I mean, it's Mickey Mouse. I mean, he you can just tell he's evil. I mean, he's way overly happy. That's the bad thing. You should never ever be only ever happy, because that's a bad thing. You have to have a really good balance of it's not mentally healthy to be always happy. It's just bad. Minnie Mouse, same thing, same problem. And also, Mickey and Minnie Mouse have the same birthday. I mean, that's kind of weird, don't you think? I mean, I've said this many times before in the stream, but they've got the same birthday. They've got the same last name. They're not married. And they're a couple. The Disney Lannisters. Simple as that. Scrooge McDuck, just the definition of corporation, and he's horrible to his nephew. His nephew had to pay him to fix his own house. Like, Scrooge kind of forced everyone in the Dreamlight Valley to pay to fix their house. But he doesn't earn any money if no one's in the valley. He's a terrible businessman too. He's got the same problem as Kristoff. Just a terrible businessman. Buzz Lightyear. Oh, I haven't thought of these two. Buzz Lightyear. He's clearly delusional. Initially. And he's an overall bad friend, because of when Woody wanted to leave, Buzz was just like, yeah, go. Don't really care about you. Buzz doesn't have a soul. And his connection with Woody was all fake, because he just let him go. He didn't even try to get him back. And Woody is clearly a horrible person for leaving all of his friends after, 20 years? He was friends with everyone of Andy's toys for 20 years, and he was just like, oh, look, my girlfriend, see you guys. Found my girlfriend again, I'm just gonna bugger off. And leave you. I mean, bros before hosts. I mean, that doesn't apply to him, I guess. He's like, nah. And also, Bo Peep had a makeover. That's the only reason he did it. You realize how shallow that is. He's a horrible individual. So yes, the conclusion is Donald isn't the problem. Every single Disney character is. So leave Donald alone. Let him throw a tantrum in peace. And let's all just look at the weird glitch that's happening right now where there's stars over there. Because I have no idea why that's happening. Oh, look at that. The void. Anyway, that's my rant of the week. And we'll sign off with Donald throwing a tantrum. Good timing, Donald.
20 minutes later.
I think, I hate videos that start with they go OMG. Like, they spell out OMG. They don't say, oh my god. They say OMG. Yeah, exactly. OMG, a new update changed the game completely. It happens all the damn time. All the damn time. Like, I'll be able to find something right now. Like, I'll go on YouTube real quick. There you go. So, here's one. Here's a classic one. Disney Dreamlight Valley next update epic feature revealed. 2022 community milestones are insane. Now, I can tell you right off, the next update epic feature is just the different color skins for your house. It's a palette change. Like, I'll quickly... So the epic new feature that they're referring to is this. Well, I'll admit that. This is the epic new feature, which is just literally changing the color of your house. Like, you gotta scale it right. Because this isn't an epic new feature. I mean, it's a new feature, but would you consider this on the scale of an epic new feature? Epic. Yeah. Amazing.
Happy New Year. Welcome to Disney Dreamlight Valley. I've actually haven't looked
Sorry, let's go into that. Hold
at Dreamlight Valley Twitter for a long time, and it's been a mistake. There's been a lot of interesting news that you probably already heard about, and I'm just catching up a few days later.
So there's going to be a lot of interesting news, guys. There's going to be a lot of interesting news. This was made a day ago. This is their Twitter. So they released this. This is new, and then happy holidays. Just something about Merlin's festive outfit, and then a whole bunch of stats. I mean, that's the only thing they've released since the update. Like, when did the update come out? The update came out. When was it? The start around about the 17th. The last update was the 16th of December. And the only thing they've announced that's new or different is basically the skins. I mean, there was some holiday stuff that was timed, but that's about it. And I don't understand why he's made an 11-minute video to talk about it.
Let me introduce you. They posted this nice little tweet. Not that we condone unexpected crash landings in the...
Dude, it's not even news. I mean... Basically, just went, well, what tweet was it? I don't know, that one. This one right here. So he's not even going back further than this. So the only tweets... I know this is unnecessary, and I'm going on a rant about this poor guy who's obviously... I mean, this video's got 8.9 thousand hits. So obviously, there's a community that supports him, and I shouldn't really bash him. But come on. Like, you've got a video titled Disney Dreamlight Valley next update epic feature revealed, and your first bit of news is this tweet, which is just an image of Stitch crashing and just saying use emojis. I mean, come on.
Valley, but who would you like to see drop into your village in the future? Emojis only. So you might see this question as who do you want to see in the future updates in the village? But no, they ask a specific thing. Who do you want to see drop into your village?
What? How's that any different? What?
You might see this question as who do you want to see in the future updates in the village?
Yeah.
But no, they ask a specific thing. Who do you want to see drop into your village?
How is that two different things? Like, who do you want to see in the village and who do you want to drop in? Doesn't make any sense, dude. And this is what frustrates me. This is it's only a minute into the video, and this already does this is milking content. This is classic
kind of implies
stretching out something that is nothing.
Character from space. So who else? Who else do you think can drop from the sky? 2,000.
No one.
Let's see.
You're way overanalyzing it. And now he's going to go through everyone's tweets. So I mean, this is infuriating. So yeah. So his title of his video is next epic feature, and he's going to go I'm going to skip along here, but I mean, we're looking at 2 minutes 2 minutes 30. He went through just the responses to that tweet. All right, we'll skip along here.
Yeah, I missed a lot of things. I was away for New Year's for a few days, pretty much taking a small break, so I wish I saw this earlier, but it's still relevant. Look at this.
So
These are
okay,
reviews basically on Steam and review.
yeah, it's reviews. All right, so let's see when did that tweet come out? Like here. So this is just reviews that they had got. So this is the epic news. The epic news is that they got reviews at one time saying it was a good game. All right, cool. That's good, even though these came out ages ago. All right, cool. Whatever. Sweet. All right.
On
So
reputable.
he talks about that for a while. Skip ahead. I'm over this guy already. Don't know if you can tell. I'm a little bit ragey at the moment because this is. I mean, this is. It's 3 minutes 43, and we have learned literally nothing about anything new. This is just discussing random tweets, and just pissing me off. So now, yeah. So obviously, it's just going to go through fascinating stats, which I kind of like these kind of stats. Sometimes, 76 million played to 232 billion coins. That's cool, but it's not epic news. It's a nice, fun fact, crazy. But not next
76
update epic feature.
Hours played.
We're 7 minutes into the video now.
Fish.
7.5 minutes.
Village activity.
8 minutes.
Why people make to crowd?
8.5 minutes.
More numbers.
Oh my god!
We will have awesome, but look at
it. So. We are 9 minutes into the video, has not talked about one new thing. And this, I think what annoys me is the title of the damn video. Like, he calls it next update epic feature revealed, 2022 community milestones are insane. He hasn't mentioned anything about these two things that he has in his video. We're 9 minutes in. Into our 11-minute video. We've got 3 minutes to go.
This one. Sneak
peek
at some of the house skins that will be arriving in our third update. We will have an opportunity to apply skins to our house. And I'm pretty sure, since it makes sense that we will probably eventually get skins for every single house.
Maybe.
For villager houses.
Maybe. I mean, it's got literally no evidence for that, but I would like that myself. But, I mean, that's a bit of a reach, but I guess that's a thing. But, I mean, this is the feature. This isn't an epic feature. This is quite, I mean, it's just a skin palette change.
The building itself.
There we go. He even says it in the video. Hold on, if we go back to it.
The building itself stays the same, but the colors.
Well, I'll go back a little bit further.
Can be part of skins because right now this is just colors. Nothing changes.
Exactly.
The building itself.
Exactly. He even says this is just colors. This is not an epic feature.
It's an incredible feature. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you for listening.
Like, you can say it's an incredible feature. I mean, it's. I mean, you may like that kind of thing. You may call it. I wouldn't call it an epic feature. This has got to be a bit of scalability here, right? You can't call this an epic feature.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. This is pretty much everything I wanted to share in this video.
Everything. So, he literally only talked about the update that he had in the title. The next update, epic feature, he talked about it for less than a minute. For less than a minute, in this 11-minute video, he talked about this feature, which even of him, he was just like, it's just changing the colors. But in the title of his video, he said, next update epic feature. This is what bothers me. This doesn't help a community grow, or like, this is. And I said this in another rant video that I had ages ago. And it really pisses me off. This is not healthy. You can't think... If you think everything is positive, you're not going to give credit where credit is due. You're going to say everything you do is great, and then you're not going to have scalability of it. This is one of those cases, is that if you call this epic, what makes something that's better? You can't, what, epic, super, mega. I mean, once you start adding those words to it, they lose they lose all meaning. Sorry, but it pisses me off. It's like, It's obviously clickbait. Let's not lie. I mean, I even see, he's got there's 8.9 thousand views on this. It's obviously clickbait. The title is obviously clickbait. I mean, he hasn't even talked about the community milestones yet. Does he actually talk about? I don't know.
All the news that I've missed, and I hope you caught up too, in case you were out for
All the news you didn't. You missed one thing. Oh God, this is gonna break my soul. You only missed one thing.
holidays as well. I'm looking forward to the next update. It's probably going to be in February.
Everything else, pain. Yes. It kind of reminds me of a joke me and my partner had about Saw. The movie Saw. That eventually, when you get to like part 6 or 7 or the late ones, the justification of Jigsaw killing someone is simple as like, you looked at me the wrong way, and then I'm gonna murder you. This is the Dreamlight news equivalent of that. That, oh look, they changed the skin color of a house. It's the most epic thing in the world.
It's going to be something to do with,
and don't. This is not against. I want to point this out. This is not against him. This is not against him personally or anything like that. I think I've watched one of his videos before. This is about the way they're obviously playing the game, right? They're obviously playing the clickbait game. I mean, I do my clip show, and yeah, there's the YouTube machine. I get it, and I get with Dreamlight Valley, there's not a lot of updates. There's not a lot going on. You kind of have to make a mountain out of molehill to make content. And even with my clip shows that I'm doing now and putting in the news at the start and then the rant at the end, and I'm putting news in the title, I'm kind of a little bit playing the game as well, making people click it so they can kind of hear the news. But I'm not saying like it's epic. I'm very honest with it. It's Dave's low-key news, like Dreamlight Valley news. There's not a lot of meat to it, right? But it pisses me off.
Love.
It really does.
I mean, it makes sense. There's no way even getting Daisy, because Daisy is, love.
Wait, we're getting what?
Themed about. So, February update, we're gonna have love.
We're gonna have love.
Themed about. So, February update, we're gonna have love.
We're gonna have who's love? We're going to have love. February update, we're going to have love. What does that even mean?
Maybe we're even getting Daisy, because Daisy is, love. Donald, Daisy, makes sense.
Because February, Valentine's Day. So they're going to tie it in with that. We're not going to get Daisy because, well, you would have already seen her somewhere in the game already. Like, they would have shown her character to some degree in all the trailers. Because all the characters that we've gotten so far, they have shown like on promotional art or in a trailer. So we're not going to get Daisy. I mean, she's on Donald's boat, but I think they just hate Donald in the game. That's why they make him for attentions. But love, yeah. Good point. Love. I get it. They could tie that in. Woohoo. I'm dead inside, so love. So he's ending the video at 11. So he only talked about the actual news update from what? So about 9 minutes. So he went from 9 minutes to around about, I'll be generous, 11 minutes. So 2 minutes. So for an 11-minute video, he spoke about it for 2 minutes. And he didn't even talk about the community milestones at all. Maybe I skipped over some of it. Because the community milestones, I don't know, he doesn't show an image of it, so he verbally could have talked about it. So this is the Dreamlight Valley community goals that they had. So they said if they get X amount of wish list stuff on Steam or followers, I think it was on Twitter at the time, because this was back in August. it would unlock that feature that will introduce. So they eventually got all of this. They got villager skins, they got multiplayer valley visits. There was also the housing skins added on top of all this. I can't remember when it was added. But this is what they're referring to. He doesn't show it, which is stupid because he should show this because there's a lot of things here it might pay to show because I mean we still haven't got the partner statue. We still don't know about multiplayer in it, which would be quite interesting if you've ever seen multiplayer in Stardew Valley. Kind of insane. Villager skins, they've already introduced that into the game. So yeah, it's just disappointing. It's just disappointing because it doesn't breed a good culture in the game or in the community. It's lazy. But I get it. I'm sure he earns good money from it, and it means he can do it more and put more money into the equipment. In all honesty, I should do it so I can sell my soul and get a better computer. But one, I'm lazy. Two, I like ranting more. I choose ranting over quality content any day. And I like streaming a bit more. I mean, he probably streams as well. I don't know. Yeah, it just bothers me. I mean, we could do this every week of me finding a random Dreamlight video that's blowing something out of proportion. Any day of the week. We'll have a seat here. There you go. Alright. Well, thank you everyone for another great week. I always notice when I always stretch when I do these things. It's been really great for the first week back of the year. It's interesting that the streams are getting more and more, I wouldn't say popular, but we're just getting a lot more regulars popping along, and the conversations are rather interesting and dark sometimes. But yeah, it's a good year. Hopefully my clip show comes with better quality, so this is actually better quality. But yeah, it's been really great. I look forward to the first full week of streaming next week. We'll probably enter in a little bit of a different schedule next week. Probably my Tuesday mornings and Thursday mornings there won't be a stream because I'll be going actually into work. But the night streams are still the same. So overall, it'll be a couple less. But we got our first donation this week, which is massive. So we will be doing an extra hour streaming tomorrow. That's my Saturday. Pay attention to Discord. If you're watching this in hindsight, time's already passed. But just know that it will be a thing going forward. That any donation that we get, that's basically for every $21.20 I get. Which is the New Zealand minimum wage, I will do an extra hour of streaming. So if you see that pop up or you hear anything about that, you expect an extra hour somewhere. So join the Discord to find out when that will be. Probably won't happen very often. That's why I'm doing it. That's the little ploy there that I know it won't be that common, and so that means that I'm not going to be spending all my weekends doing extra streaming. So it's a little ploy. But overall, thanks everyone for attending. Obviously, thanks to the regulars like Calypso, Ina, who are in chat right now. That's the only reason I mentioned. But we've also got a lot. But I'm not going to mention you because I'm trying to remember all of them right now, and I'm not gonna because I'm gonna forget one person accidentally. So I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, I'm rambling now. We'll end it there. Until next week.